Hey everybody, welcome back to the Community Touch podcast, and today I'm here with another special guest. This is my friend Niall, so I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Niall. I'm a civil engineer.
Sorry, this is killing me. But yeah, go on.
Hi, I'm Niall. I'm a civil engineer slash project manager in construction. I'm from Birmingham, if you couldn't tell already.
I'm sure they can tell by the accent.
Yeah, it's not even that bad. Okay, we're not going down that road. But yeah, I'm 26. I'm 26. Yeah, 26 years young. So.
Oi. But yeah, speaking of Birmingham, how do you feel about living in Birmingham? Like, do you feel lucky that you don't have the financial pressures of living in London, or?
I feel like living in Birmingham is like, in terms of finances, it's way better. It's more, cost savings compared to London. Like, I feel like when you go to London, you step off at Euston, you spend £100 here for a meal, £100 there. You know, it can quickly add up.
Where are you getting for £100 a meal?
I don't know, but I'm just meaning like
you've got to pay for two. So
paying for two.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
But £100 be leaving your pockets. But in Birmingham, I feel like it's more cost effective.
Yeah, I feel like in London you breathe and you spend like at least £10. Step out your house, spend £10, just guarantee gonna happen. But I heard someone say that they feel like in other parts of the UK, they feel like everyone moves on with their life a whole lot quicker, and it's because they don't have like financial worries. So let's say if you look at your friendship networks in Birmingham compared to London, they would say in Birmingham they're probably more likely to be married, or more likely to have kids already, or more likely to have their own yard already. Do you think that's true?
I feel like it's more based on the person, because I know people in London and outside London who are married or got property. Maybe they don't live in London anymore.
At our age?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I have a friend who's from Birmingham, but then he moved to London.
So he's from Brum?
Yeah, well, I think he's been here a bit longer now. But straight after
Okay.
college, he then moved to London for an internship, and then now he's married. So, but now I think he's living in London now. So, I think it just depends on the person, really.
Yeah.
But in terms of living, I feel like it's easier for people to live outside of London now, just
100%.
because of the housing prices, and it's crazy here.
Yeah, housing prices in London are not cheap, as we all know. Because, okay, let's talk about your dream house, yeah? And obviously you're going to be telling the Brum price, and then I'll tell you about how much that would cost in London. So tell us what you want in your dream house, and then let's do a quick comparison.
I feel like a good dream house is detached or semi-detached. You got at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, nice drive, garden at the back, decent acres or decent area.
Acres?
Decent area, let's not go to acres. But decent area, a nice area, you know, kind of connected. But Birmingham's not as well connected as London with all the tubes and stuff, so you're gonna have to drive.
Yeah.
But you could get a decent between 400 to 700k. But if you want to get a mansion, 700k plus, like certain areas.
That's crazy. Cause I feel like it's 700k in London for that, if you're lucky. And especially like where we live in South London, it's expensive as hell. But I feel like South East London is not as expensive as South West, so we're kind of lucky with that, innit? Yeah. Oh, guys, if you didn't know, we have another guest, but she didn't want to be on camera, so she just
guest.
Behind the scenes.
Literally. So if you just hear another voice, like, don't be alarmed. She's just here. London prices is hard, man.
I don't think I can ever come to London to live. Like,
we're trying to convince him.
Even if I got paid, like, I don't know.
What if you had a free house?
A free house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But it has
not
to.
You still waiting on your mum.
But a free house, but then what? You got bills. Or, it's not that bad. I don't know.
Yeah, but then you've got your income. Like, half your income isn't going to a mortgage; it's going to your bills. So
bills are not as expensive as people make out. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you shop around, I feel like you can get your bills down. But I don't know. Like, I feel like London is a better place to live in terms of things to do, socialising. Like, you guys got endless amount of things to do compared to Birmingham. Like, we have things here and there.
Not enough.
Yeah, it's
a limited amount.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like in Birmingham, the transport is not as good as it is in London, so you have to drive.
Yeah, I feel like they've built a tram now from, I think it's going to like Dudley, Wolverhampton, going to Birmingham. No, yeah.
That's
So
really good.
they're ongoing with the tram, and then obviously they've got the HST stuff happening,
Yeah.
which I'm working on. But that's only going from Euston to Birmingham City Centre. Obviously, the plan was to go to Manchester, but that's got scrapped by the government.
Do you know why?
Due to going over budget. So
okay.
maybe in the future, after we learn from this phase of mistakes, they can price it correctly for phase 2. But right now, it's just phase 1.
How long is it expected to take to get from Euston to Birmingham on HS? Is it HS1, HS2?
HS2.
Okay.
I think it's like 50 odd minutes.
That's so quick.
So it's going to be quicker. I feel like that when that connects, a lot of Londoners will then start commuting to Birmingham, because that's like going from north to south for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So
no, it's quicker than that. To get to North London, or Northwest, because apparently there's 2 different areas.
That's true.
It takes so long.
Yeah.
Well, I can get. Where's Hackney?
Hackney's in East.
Oh, never mind.
Hackney's like East from Brum and
So East
But yeah, Hackney's not that bad. I feel like Hadrian isn't, and it's not that bad because you can just get overground there. But
yeah,
I think anywhere else, I don't know.
Usually to get anywhere in London, it's an hour. Even to get from southeast to southwest.
Bro.
If you're not driving.
I don't know how they need to redo the train lines because it doesn't make sense.
They need the
It's just too much effort, and the thing is, the distance is not that far. Like you'll say like 10 miles, but then driving will be like an hour, and somehow it just doesn't work. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like, I don't drive in London anymore. Like, everything's 20 miles per hour. I ain't got time for that. Like, you're driving around in second gear around London, like, what's going on?
It's only 20 miles per hour when the speed cameras are there.
I don't have time for tickets. I've already got speed awareness course.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. But yeah, so you got a new car. How does that feel?
It's good. It's been a long time coming, because when I want something, like, I sit on it and then plan. I'm fixated. Like, I know that I want it, and I'm not impulsive. Like, if it's not right, I'm not gonna make the purchase. Like, I'm not desperate, but I'm waiting for the right time. So I think I've been looking for this car for like since last year. But since I got my second car, I knew I wanted that car. Like, I knew the progression. So, but I'm happy I got it now. It's just insurance is high.
How much is the insurance?
It's $250 a month.
Ooh, that is a lot.
It's high. Wait, it's a performance car. It's an Audi S3. If you know, you know, and if you know, you know.
Fully spec'd out.
Fully spec'd, you know, pan roof, you know, it's got the adaptive cruise control, it's got everything, the bucket seats.
But how did you know that now was the right time to get the car? Like, did you plan for it, like, in your finances, or? In terms of finances, obviously, my last car was financed, and I only had, 2 to 3k left, and that car can sell for like 10, 11. Oh, okay.
So in my head, my plan was to either use that car as a Part X, or I had enough to buy the car outright, the new one, and then sell that one privately and get the most amount of money. But I think it was just less hassle to just give the dealer my old car, Part X it, even though I got a bit less. Like, it was a good value for what they've Part X'd it for, and then I financed the rest. So really, the only thing I paid for was clearing the finance of my car, which was like 2-3k.
Oh, that's calm.
And then I got a loan. I didn't get a finance loan from the dealer because they charge like 10% APR.
Not like PCP and HP.
Yeah, so I'm doing HP because
I
believe that I want to own the car. Like, there's no point renting a car.
Yeah. I think the same.
So I did HP, and the finance interest was like 10% with them. So I looked on ClearScore, and then there was like 7% guaranteed and different ones, but then the lowest one was Tesco Bank, and that was like 5.9, and I think it goes to like 6.9 if you don't have a club card, but I had a club card, so I got 5.9, and it was simple, it was quick and easy. So I feel like if you shop around, you know, I save myself around like £50-60 in interest. Yeah. And it worked out in the end.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like the interest on PCP, and also I'm confused though because you said you got HP but you got a bank loan. What do you mean? So
when I did ClearScore, I put car finance in, so you can get a car finance loan outside of getting it from the dealer.
Oh, okay.
But you could either get the loan up front and have it in your pocket if you don't have it. But I paid for my car out of my own money and then kind of cleared the balance.
Oh, okay.
And put that into my savings again.
Yeah.
So then that's how I did it.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know, I feel like so many people are trapped in this PCP, and it's actually the same as renting. Like you're just paying to like have the car for a little bit, but then you have to give it back, or you have to pay that balloon payment at the end.
Yeah.
And it ends up being so much more expensive.
Like you're better off doing HP because your payments is the same each month. You pay a little bit more, but at least you own the car and then you can sell it. But
yeah, exactly.
With PCP, there's so many strict rules. Like you're only allowed to do a certain amount of mileage, and obviously the condition of the car needs to be good. So when you hand it back, you don't get fined for like curbing the wheels or you scuffed the bumper or something. Like.
And let's be real, a lot of people are gonna do that when they're driving anyway. So now you have to have that additional cost as well. But when I get my new car, I'm just gonna get the money from a bank loan and then pay the car outright, I think.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the only benefit of PCP is that you get a new car like every 4 years. So at least, you know, in terms of image, you look like you're in a new car, you know, it's the newest high spec and stuff. But I feel like it's better to own it and you can do whatever you want with the car. Like you can sell it if you need the money.
And people, I'm not gonna lie, you see image lifestyle, all that, like, people are obsessed with it. Like, I couldn't care less about image. Like, I just want to do stuff that I want to do for myself. I don't care how it looks. Like, I got a crusty old car here, 08 plate. I had that since November 2017, so that's, I don't even know how many years that is.
2017 for
like 8 years? Yeah.
Solid.
Bro. That car's done me good though, but I really want to get a new car, but it's like, I'm trying to look at the finances to see if I can actually afford it. And I don't want to just about afford it. I want to be able to say, okay, yeah, I can afford it. Still got money to invest, because by the end of the year, I'll hit my savings goal. So after that, I just want to invest now. But yeah, it's a lot. Like, you have to make sure that you really got the money to maintain the car. Not just get the car, maintain the car. And then, you know, like when you get a good car as well, you don't want to take it to any servicing place. You want to take it to the actual quality company. Yeah. Because that will hold the value of the car as well.
What car do you want?
Mercedes, A-Class, pan roof, ambient lighting. Listen, I need all of that.
She said no image gang though.
No,
but
that's for me. If I have my car for 8 years, it's great.
I feel like in life, you can save, have money, but then sometimes you gotta treat yourself because you'll be saving for what, a rainy day, but you're living rough, or you're acting like you're living rough, but I feel like you need to treat yourself. So
it's all about balance. So I've worked hard, like I've got my house, I've got my savings. So I feel like, why not treat myself and get my car? I've been holding back. I've been wanting to get this car since 2022 or 2021.
Yes.
Every single year I talk about, I'm like, I'm going to get it this year, I'm going to get it this year, and I never get it this year. But I feel like next year I'm going to get it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
God willing. But yeah, another thing that you wanted to do was get into property. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to get into property. I wanted to do a buy-to-let because I feel like it's easier to get a property to rent out, and then that property will then help you acquire the second property, and that could be your property to live in, or it just helps get the income in to acquire the second one and the third one and so on. But right now I'm in no rush because I'm at home, so I feel like I'm saving. I don't know if it's better for me to save to get a property just so I have one, or get the property I want and hopefully I can get that with my partner. But on that one, I think I definitely need like 2 salaries on a mortgage. Yeah. Because it's only like 4 or 5 times your salary they base the loan off, unless you've got that money as a deposit to.
If you get a private mortgage broker, you can get 5.5 to 6 times. But obviously, you don't want to max out your budget because you want to have money to live. But why? First of all, I got a couple questions, because investment property, they usually ask for 25% deposit, and that's a lot of money. And also, if you get an investment property as your first property, you're going to lose your first-time buying status for your own property. So have you thought about that? Yeah,
I have. And I feel like it is an L, but then does that, property, outweigh, like the benefits of getting a property outweigh losing that, like, stamp duty, free cost and...
Yeah. Not gonna lie, stamp duty is money. Crazy, I can't lie. I was looking at it the other day. I think for this property, no, let's say I was buying another property, the stamp duty was like £50,000 for a 600k property. To buy an additional property.
Sorry, who's the stamp that we have to pay?
The government.
It's crazy.
What's the percent? Is it?
I actually don't know.
I didn't think it was that much. I thought it was like 5%.
Yeah, I didn't
But
think it was that much.
there's I think there's a new law passed in terms of threshold now.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what.
I'm gonna need to look into it. When I look into it, I'll actually drop it in the description and I'll put some captions in the video as to the percentages and stuff. But it
Get
was
a good
crazy.
accountant, because my mum, she bought a flat using the Help to Buy, so when you could buy it from the council, and then when she sold it to buy where we live now, our accountant did something and she didn't have to pay stamp duty.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, I need to
Some daddy moves.
But you know what? This is the thing. This is how the rich stay rich, because the rich actually have contacts that can help them.
No.
I don't know if you say tax avoidance or evasion or whatever.
They only pay what they have to.
They pay what they have to. And I shall also be one of these citizens that pay what I have to. But yeah, so why not Airbnb?
I feel like there's a lot of other activities you need to think about when you do an Airbnb. So you got to maintain a property, you got to clean it. Any issues, it's on you, unless people provide a service where they, manage that. Not sure if they do that at a letting agency, but it's a lot of hassle. Like if things go wrong, like if people don't your property, then you gotta fork out additional money to sort it out. Obviously, people have deposits and safety deposits and stuff like that, but so I think it's a lot of hassle. I'd rather rent a property out to maybe a family or a professional, and then it's just like one payment. They live in there. It's not a lot of people in and out. You're not worried about who's there.
Yeah, that is definitely something to consider, because I think that's why in like properties like this, in my contract it literally said you're not allowed to do short-term lets. So like Airbnb, and I think it's because obviously you don't know what guests are coming into your property, and that could really disrupt the neighbours, like if they're having a party or whatever. So it is a risk. But with Airbnb, like you can get a management company. So if it's something that you're interested in and you want to be hands off, you can get a management company. So they'll manage like everything for the property. You just make sure that you're paying the rent to the landlord, and then the managing company will also manage the income. They'll pay themselves, obviously. I think it's usually a 20% fee that they pay themselves. So it's not too much, but it depends if the other stuff is covering everything, because once you add in the cleaning costs, you're losing out on so much profit.
I feel like it's good if you're able to buy a property in like a sought out area where like tourists or whoever, like if it's near a music venue or something like that where there's high traffic.
Yeah.
But if you're just buying it in like a random residential area,
there's no chance.
In zone 5.
There's no point.
Yeah.
I feel like in Birmingham, like if I wanted to do a property where I could afford it and do buy to let with 25%, it's more or less going to be a flat.
Yeah.
But personally, I didn't want to buy a flat just because of the whole leasehold and having that property in my name. It's a lot of, I don't know, uncertainty if it doesn't get renewed or do you know what I mean? But I'd rather have a house because at least you own the land and the freehold and all that stuff there.
Yeah, I feel like it is. Do you know what? It's about balance, because you can get good leaseholds. You can also get really bad leaseholds. So my lease is pretty good. It was 125 years when I got it. I don't have to pay any ground rent. Some people you have to pay like up to £1,000.
Charges.
Yeah.
Service charge.
Yeah, service charge. But even the service charge here is not expensive. So the first year, I think it was about £90 a month, and then they didn't do anything, so they refunded us the whole money. So it was like over £1,000 that they refunded us. And then the second year, we didn't have to pay any service charge. And then now we're entering into like the third year. It's £60 a month. But again, if they don't do the works that they've said they're gonna do, they'll just refund it. So I feel like mine is good. And this is the thing: when you buy a flat, it's important to know exactly what you're getting into. Like I feel like nobody reads the terms and conditions. We all just agree to the terms and conditions. When you're doing something like this, you have to go through every single page. Like if I didn't understand anything, I was asking my solicitor, what does this mean? Or I was asking someone that might actually know, because there's no way that I was going to get trapped into a property. Yeah. And then, like later down the line, I find out that this is not what I expected. But then you've got other new builds, they tend to have a really high service charge. So theirs could be about £3,000 a year. And then on top of that, you still got to pay ground rent as well. And I feel like when it's in those situations, you're just thinking, is it worth it? Because that's an extra £1 a month that you've got to pay on top of your mortgage. And then that's when you realise that's how people get into problems, because that becomes unaffordable. Because if I had to pay an extra £400 for service charge, I won't be able to live here.
So I was looking into the property in Perry Bar near where I live, and it was where the Athletes Village was meant to be for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. But then because of COVID, they were delayed and no one actually lived there during the Commonwealth Games. So then they offered the properties up to the public now, and they had like a help to buy scheme just for Birmingham local people. So I looked into it, but there's so many restrictions if you wanted that discount, like for this 30k discount, and it just didn't make sense in the end because like there was no parking for one, and that doesn't make sense in Birmingham.
In Birmingham as well, yeah.
No parking. They couldn't tell me if I could rent it out after how many years.
What?
So it was a bit strict on renting out. Yeah, it was just awkward area. Just in terms of accessibility and trains stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it didn't really make sense, and then not many of it sold. So it was just sitting there for like a year and a bit.
So the value must have dropped now.
I think they priced it around like 190, 200, and I think that price point in an area like Perry Bar was a bit on the high end. Like anyone in the area could have told you that they were just their heads were in the clouds when they came with that price. But yeah, now they're doing what's that called again? The rent and the mortgage. Shared ownership. Now they're doing that just to get people in there. So
even shared ownership. What do you guys think about that?
I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know the numbers, but I feel like in terms of interest overall, you're going to be ending up paying way more than you would have just a mortgage.
It doesn't make sense to me. Why would I pay a mortgage and rent?
And rent.
It's the only way for some people to get a property, but
it is. But then it's like you're splitting the mortgage and the rent, but then when there's problems in the property, you're not splitting it. It's all on you. So how's that fair?
Like when I don't know what the issue is like when you want to sell. Or if you want to move out, if you want to sell it, you don't own the whole property, so even if you did sell it, any equity that you built up is basically nothing.
Yeah, because you have to, I'm guessing you have to do the split with the equity as well.
It just seems very technical.
Yeah, it's just too much. And then when I was looking to move out as well, there is another affordable housing scheme in London. So it's literally around the corner. It's called CLT, and they do it in a few different areas of London. But their main goal is to keep housing prices affordable. So you could get a 1 bedroom for 215k, and then the 2 bedroom was I think 275k. But then the caveat is that when you sell the house, they also want to sell it at a reasonable price. So it's kind of
not
like
equity builder.
Yeah, it's just if you want to move somewhere.
That's like
which is fair enough, to be honest. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole buying up properties and being a landlord and all of that. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Even though I did benefit technically from the right to buy, I feel like it is a bit of if they're not building, the government are not building social housing. It's not fair.
But I think for every development they have to allocate social housing. But yeah, like you were saying, the house was discounted at 30k, and then I did ask them a question like, what if the price of the house goes so high that someone who is the first time buyer can't afford it, what then? I'm stuck with the house because you won't let me sell it to anyone else.
Exactly.
And they couldn't answer that question, which I said was too many ifs and buts, so I pulled out of that opportunity there.
I don't blame you. When there's too many blind areas, I feel like it's just not worth it. But yeah, so I'm guessing you're just planning to stay at home for now until you're ready to move out, or are you still thinking about moving out?
I have a certain value in my head I want to have as like deposit as well as safety net money. Yeah. So I want to keep saving. Obviously, this car's cost me what 4k, so that's a knock to the savings. But I'm also investing as well. So So I'm
what
planning,
are you investing in?
Well, a little bit of everything. So
diversified portfolio.
So I got a Vanguard account. So I opened that at the start of the year, and I'm just putting £100 a month into that. I'm also investing in crypto, which is, a bit risky. But crypto, I feel like it's going to be the next big thing. Or it's already a big thing.
Really is.
It's already, helped a lot of people, from nothing to millionaires. But I feel like there's still money to be made in there. So right now, my plan is to the end of the year, invest all my monthly savings into crypto, and hopefully something will happen. It's more long term, but I feel like if I keep buying each month, like stocks and shares, it will work out. I also have shares as well, but it was for a company for clean energy, and their whole purpose is to acquire another company. So
okay.
basically, eventually when they do acquire, I've got 2,000 shares for like, I bought it at £80.
That
So-
sounds good.
So hopefully, even if it goes to £1 a share,
Yeah.
it's £2,000 there.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can acquire, but they're in talks with another company right now. Hopefully it works out.
Hopefully it does. And I feel like what you said is a good thing because you've obviously got your emergency savings already. So, the steps are before you start investing, you should have a savings fund there. And the savings fund should be 3 to 6 months minimum worth of expenses. And then after that, that's when they advise you to start investing. So you've definitely done it the right way. And you live at home, that's the best time to be risky with money. You don't want to be risky with money like when you're out in the real world, like by yourself. You got bills, you got mortgage, rent, And how do you feel about money? This is a question for both of you. What's your relationship with money? Like, do you feel like you kind of know everything, or do you feel like you still got a lot to learn?
I feel like there's always something to learn, but I feel like, I don't know, in my family, there's not a lot of people who are good with money in my family. So I feel like that put a lot of pressure on me to then, be good with my money, because, if we had hard times early on, I feel like I'm responsible to try and, change the narrative.
You want to break the
I want to break the curse.
cycle,
So I want to be better and, do well and kind of change the generational curses. So, but like, I feel like I'm always just trying to save. I don't want to spend money. I think that's probably from just my upbringing. Mindset. Yeah, but it's not good. Obviously, enjoy your money as well as invest, because I feel like investing is worth it. There's no point in your money sitting there if it's just an interest account doing nothing. But I feel like take risks while you're at home. Something has to work. If you're diversifying, something has to work. So just keep trying.
Yeah, my relationship with money. So my mum is the youngest of like 4 siblings, but she's like the best one with money.
Oh, okay.
And so I learned quite a lot of things from her. Like, she's bought 2 properties. I've learned about mortgages and that sort of stuff. But I also did a finance course in 6th form. It's IFS finance. I don't know, but I did it in 6th form. And I learned a lot about credit cards, savings accounts. I learned about student loans, like all the things that you think that you should know.
Things,
all the stuff that you should know that should be like compulsory to learn in school. I learned about all of that stuff. So like, even when I went to uni, I had money saved. I had like 15k saved.
What?
Yeah, and I would be at uni, like, I wasn't like a party or a drinker, but I was always getting takeaway food because I didn't want to cook. And people were like, how do you...
Must be nice.
Everyone would be like, how are you affording to go to like Turtle Bay 3 times a week? How are you affording salmon, like to buy salmon to cook? I'm like, I don't drink.
Drinking drinks your money.
So I did that, and then I also worked during uni as well, because I think Christmas was coming up and I was like, I want to spend money. So I got a part-time job, and I kept that job first year and second year and third year actually. And then while I did my placement, there's another thing as well, my finance teacher told me, she was like, if you're gonna go uni, you can use your what do you call it, your overdraft if you're doing a placement year, because you'll pay it off during your placement year when you're earning money. So then, as well as my placement, I was still working my part-time job on the weekends. So then I saved enough money so that when I went back into final year, I didn't have to work.
Oh, okay.
So I've always been a saver, and I've got that from my mum.
Yeah.
But also, I like a splurge. I like a handbag.
Yeah.
I like, I buy my matcha and my nice London work lunch. So I will spend money, but I also live a lifestyle where I don't spend money on certain things. Like, I don't drink, so that saves me a lot of money. Whereas other people, they'll go out, they have drinks, all that sort of stuff. So it's just about balance for me. And like, because of the industry that I work in, I get a lot of stuff for free. So I don't have to pay for, personal care products, cosmetic products, because I get a lot of that for free. And I'm always a bit of a hustler, so I make money here and there, but...
No, that's tea. But I feel like I say this every single episode, and I say this to everyone, life is always about balance, and there's always going to be some things that I might splurge on, but someone else will look at me like, why are you spending so much money on that? Like, one thing I do not go grocery shopping. I'm getting my shopping delivered every single month and every single week. I only might go out, like today I went Iceland to get some little bits, just because I was on my way home from the gym. But other than that, you're not catching me going to the shops and pushing my trolley around. I'm not doing that. But then other people, theirs might be like cars, like you'll spend your money on a car. Someone else will spend money on Ubers. Like me, as a driver, I can't do it. Because I'm like, what do you mean you'll charge me £20 to go here? It takes not even £5 petrol.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't make no sense. But yeah, and then I was gonna say as well, like I recently opened a stocks and shares ISA. So I'm still working on my emergency savings fund, but I have like a good amount in my savings. I just want to get to that 10k goal, and then after then I'll just start investing like the rest of my money. But the reason that I opened my stocks and shares ISA is because my workplace has a scheme with Fidelity, and for every 4% that I put in, I think they match it for like 3.6%.
That's mad.
It's crazy. So I'm putting in £165, and then they're adding £150 on top for free. So when my colleague told me about that, I was like, I have to do it. Like,
you gotta do it right now.
Like where else are you gonna get a free £150? And even my workplace pension is so good as well. Like I put in 1%, which is the minimum. They put in 8%, so it's 9% altogether.
That was like mine. Like I put in the max you could put in 7.5.
Yeah.
And they'll match it and put 15, so they'll double it.
That's
so
so
in
good.
total it's like 22.5. Yeah.
Wow.
But then like after 2 years of work, I had like 20k in pension.
Wow.
But like, I still feel like pension's a scam because
you have to make sure you're so old.
Because like who knows if I'm gonna live like that long. So it's like I'd rather just put it in life insurance because you know that your family will be alright. Like I think I did life insurance at the start of the year.
I say you've done like £1 million one.
It's like 700k. 700k, and it will pay out twice if anything critical happens to you. And then I put it in a trust as well.
Oh, that's good.
Always put it in the trust because you know it avoids all the taxes. So I put like my immediate family and my goddaughter. So I might get another one if I do get a property. So then you know, just in case, because I feel like in the black community, no one does life insurance. No. And then when your funeral comes, everyone's scraping together.
GoFundMe.
Listen,
like,
GoFundMe and funerals cost like 10k or more.
Yeah, like 10, 15k these days.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like
headstone is expensive,
bro.
It's like if not like. I feel like it's better to put life insurance for like your family members who are getting close to that age.
Yeah.
Even if the children are paying towards your mother or your father, at least you're covering it if they can't afford it.
Yeah.
And you know, God forbid it happens, but at least everyone's covered.
I feel like life insurance is not spoken about enough. I'm actually going to do a separate video on that because it's so important. Luckily, when you get a mortgage in the UK, you have to have life insurance so that you can cover it just in case anything happens to you. So that's how I've got mine, but I actually might just increase the amount because mine's up to 250k because that was it 250 or 245? My property value was 245, so it might be 245. But yeah, you can up it to whatever you want. Obviously, that will increase your monthly contributions. But like you said, when it comes to funerals, because I'm sorry, like, why should I have to fork out how much money? Why, like, when my granddad passed away, my nan passed away, and then my family's getting in debt to pay for the funeral. Like, it's not fair on anyone. And for us, it's such a little amount each month. Like, I think my life insurance is £30, and that's life and critical illness. Yeah. You can get income protection as well. Like, there's so many insurances that you can get, and I feel like a lot of people do think insurance is a scam, but there are insurances that really, really do help to actually build wealth as well. So it's something that I need to definitely talk about in depth on this channel. But yeah, let me just rewind back to what our guest was saying about teaching finance in schools. So obviously that is one of the main purposes of Community Touch. I've already been out in some schools teaching about money management, apprenticeships and money management, CV building, money management, like everything involves money management because I feel like it's so important to get the message out there. But a lot of people say, why don't you start from a younger age? And I just feel like, I'm not gonna lie, kids don't care. They're not able to apply any of the learning right now, so I just don't know that there's any point. But I do from sixth form, maybe year 11 as well, for like apprenticeships just to get them started. You should do it
because I feel like secondary school is a good thing because they understand money in terms of like they're going to Sainsbury's and buying a pack of 5 cookies and selling them for £1 each. Like they understand. You can talk about, you know, you're putting interest on there, so you're putting your profit margin, that sort of thing. So they understand it to an extent, but they might not understand that that's what that is.
Year 11s is calm. I feel like I worked with I think it was year 9s and 10s, I feel like it's a completely different teaching style that you have to do, because they're still really young. And it's not to say that they can't learn, but from what I've seen, a lot of people in year 11 and older, they actually take on board what I'm saying a lot more and value it. But yeah, guys, I'm really trying to get community touch. Like, I've got so many courses that I'm trying to get into these schools. So that's, God's willing, like that's what I'm going to be doing next year. In schools, did they teach you about apprenticeships?
Not really, because I went to a sixth form. So when you're in the sixth form, it's about A levels, getting to uni. But my auntie who worked in a college, she was also telling me about degree apprenticeships.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I could have found one, because I was looking for one for civil engineering, there weren't none around. So at the time, so I feel like if I did, I would have chose that option, because you get the degree, you get paid, and you get the qualification, and you're out of debt. So right now I'm paying like what, £200 a month in tax to student finance.
£200 a month.
Yeah.
When
you get to a certain threshold, because I thought I was gonna stay under the threshold for a bit when I was on my grad scheme.
Oh, right.
I was under the threshold. So in my head, I'm thinking they're definitely gonna get the money back, because unless I become self-employed and start moving numbers around, they're gonna get the money back. They're gonna get it back.
Yeah, I'm so happy I didn't go to university.
So, guys, take this as a sign. Degree apprenticeship. Like, unless you need to be a doctor or something, but you have to get a degree, and there's no other way. Then, degree apprenticeship is the way. Maybe.
Not even just degree apprenticeships, level 4, level 5 apprenticeships as well, because I've done a level 4 apprenticeship, so that's equivalent to first year of uni. Guys, I've been able to like do a lot of stuff just from that. But yeah, degree apprenticeships, if you do actually want a degree, it's the way forward.
Yeah.
Because degrees are becoming like GCSEs now.
Everyone has them.
So
it's like Duke of Edinburgh.
It's gonna make us even look special. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I did NCS though. Did any of you do NCS?
No, I didn't do it. I just thought it was a waste of time.
No, NCS was so fun.
I only did sports at school. I didn't do no other extracurriculars.
And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is mentorship, because you mentioned earlier, like this was off camera, but you mentioned earlier that you have like a few people that you go to in life for advice. And is it just career advice or like financial advice or just anything?
It's just general advice. Like in my case, it's my uncle. I feel like he's that uncle you could talk to about anything, and obviously these are people who have experience. So I always feel like you should always learn from other people's mistakes.
Facts.
And experiences, because we're not telling you it for no reason, but some people are hard.
That's me. I'm hard.
They don't listen.
Not hard.
Yeah, my mum always used to complain. She's like, I'm telling you this because I want the best for you, and I'm like, I wouldn't make the mistake for myself and learn for myself, and so I was just carrying on doing whatever I wanted. But I feel like with me, mistakes help me learn. Like, yeah. Someone can tell me don't put your hand in the fire. I'll put my hand in the fire and be like, okay, I shouldn't put my hand in the fire.
Just to be sure.
Yeah,
double checking.
And then I feel like mistakes shape you.
They do. Like you won't forget it though, because
exactly.
No one forgets their mistakes.
Exactly.
It will, a big impression on your life.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer in it. Even if stuff doesn't go your way, I just feel like it's for a reason. So I'll take it back to a promotion at work here. I feel like in the schooling system in the UK, everything just gets handed to us on a plate, as in we graduate to the next year straight away. It doesn't matter how we've done in the last year. Obviously you do your GCSEs, as long as you've done that, go to A levels. Even if you haven't passed maths and English, you can still do it again, like at A levels or at any point in life. And I just carried on that mentality into the workplace. So I thought, when they're ready to promote me, I'll get promoted. I didn't realise that it's actually a thing you have to go and like actively say, I want a promotion. Like what steps do I need to get a promotion? And I feel like that's a mistake that I'm happy I've learned, because now I can speak about it on my channel and I can help people. Because otherwise, if people were to tell me, oh yeah, how do I get a promotion? My advice would have probably been just work hard, like show up, show out.
It's true. And especially as like, not to go there, but as black people
in the
workplace, it's so much harder for us because we're always seen as the black person. We're not seen as, that's, I look at them and I see, they don't see their sister, they don't see their brother, they don't see their cousin, they just see, oh, that black girl.
Yeah.
And even if it's, I'm not calling anybody anything, but it's an unconscious thing that they do. So they're usually people, wherever you are, you're more likely to connect with someone that looks like you. If you're the only person that looks like you in your workplace, you're gonna have issues. So you need to, you people that don't want to go to work drinks, get yourself to the work drinks. Yeah. Get yourself to the work drinks. You leave after half an hour. You don't have to stay long.
Yeah.
But you need to integrate yourself into the social life of work as well. Because if you don't do that, you're setting yourself up.
Yeah. True. Sorry guys, the camera cut. But yeah, we're back to it. I feel like in my life, I've got, I would say, different mentors for different things. I go to my mum for like more just general life, and then anything to do with my business, I go to my auntie because she runs a similar business to me, but it's more like on a business scale. So she'll help people with their businesses, managing that finance or managing their personal finance, but to an older audience. And then I've got my other friend, Transform with Hattie. Actually, let me shout out both of theirs. So we've got Financial Wealth Community, and then we've also got Transform with Hattie. And we both help each other with our mindset and just encouraging each other to post on socials, any business ideas to generate like more income. And she's also a personal trainer as well. So we've been working together this month, just more so on my diet and mindset towards being in another calorie deficit, because being in a calorie deficit is hard, guys. As a foodie, it's so hard. But yeah, she's helped me like push through it. But yeah, do you guys have any questions for me or questions in general?
I would say, what would you say is your biggest financial regret?
I feel like investing so much money into a business that I don't even care about anymore. So I trained to do aesthetics and body contouring. And do you know what? Like, I genuinely thought I had a passion for it, but I quickly realized I don't have a passion for it. I just really, really like it. And I think if you're going to run a business, it has to be something that you're passionate about. Otherwise, you're never going to have the motivation or the drive to, carry on doing it.
Especially if it's a customer-based business.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Customer service business.
And the thing is, I did actually enjoy, when you go to these appointments, like we always have girl talk, and I love that aspect of it. I love helping people feel more confident. But number one, I had so much anxiety about people like coming here, especially strangers, because a lot of people will start off in their house, and then obviously that's when they build up and get their office or whatever. So I had that anxiety, and then doing the aesthetics course, so that's fillers and injectables. Bro, that made me realize why they charge so much, because it's actually high risk.
Yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it?
It's so high risk. There's so many veins, arteries, all of that in your face, and in your lips as well. There's so many, and I just got so scared.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, now I've even still got the equipment, because I'm thinking maybe one day I'll go back to it. But realistically, I just don't know, and I feel like I wasted so much money on that with not really much to show for it. What about you?
I don't think I've done anything crazy. Like, what I think about, maybe trying to invest in certain crypto stuff and it doesn't blow, and you lose your money. But I wouldn't say, I think maybe like £500, but could be cars, because cars depreciate.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like you're lost out, but you have like maintenance, servicing, it all costs money. But I don't think I've done anything that drastic yet, which
Lucky you.
What about you? I didn't really have a big financial regret, but in my business, so I used to have my own cosmetics business, and initially it started as like business to consumer, so like someone that wants to buy a lip gloss, whatever.
Okay.
But then it became, during COVID, it became like a business to business, so I was selling to people that wanted to make their own lip gloss and then sell it on, and that was the real like money maker in the business. But I kept using the money that I was making to invest in the business to consumer side. So I would invest in like buying lip gloss tubes with my logo on it and all that sort of stuff, when that part of the business was not selling.
Yeah.
So that, I came out of my business in good time, because I still managed to like take my money out of the business. I didn't reinvest, because I had my job that I wanted, and realistically I was like, okay, this only blew up because of COVID, because if COVID didn't happen, then I wouldn't be doing this. I had a job lined up that I fell through, so I cut my losses there. But I don't really make silly financial decisions, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really ever spend my money on something and think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like, maybe a piece of clothing here and there that was a bit expensive, but not really.
Yeah, but then you can kind of justify it, because
then I can sell it, and then I'm just like, well, I've got my money back.
Exactly, because them type of stuff will hold value anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna end the episode there. So thank you guys for coming. And also, I want to hear you guys' opinions. What's your biggest financial regret? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you have any topics that you want me to talk about in any future episodes. And yeah, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Community Touch. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.